Hi everyone, welcome to Vicky's Network. I'm Vicky. In this video, we are going to discuss about class 12 biology according to NCERT textbook. In class 12 biology, we have unit 8 as biology in human welfare. In this, we have three chapters that are human health and disease strategies for enhancement in food production and microbes in human welfare. In these three, in our previous videos, I had discussed about strategies for enhancement in food production and microbes in human welfare. Now, our present chapter is human health and disease. Before going to the chapter, we need to discuss about a scientist named M.S. Swaminathan, Monapambu Sambasivan Swaminathan, who is the who is regarded as father of green revolution in India, and he developed short duration, high yielding varieties of rice in Indian Agricultural Research Institute (IARI) present in New Delhi. And he, with the collaboration with Norman E. Borlaug, culminated in Green Revolution. Norman E. Borlaug is regarded as the father of Green Revolution all over the world, and he helped in the development of crop cafeteria, and he is also the initiator of Lab to Land. Now, the topics in our present chapter are as follows: common diseases in humans, immunity, AIDS, cancer, drugs and alcohol abuse. Introduction of the present chapter is as follows. Health is considered as a state of body and mind where there was a balance of certain humors. Early Greeks like Hippocrates as well as Indian Ayurveda system of medicine asserted that persons with black bile belonged to hot personality and would have fevers. The discovery of blood circulation by William Harvey by using experimental method and demonstration of normal body temperature in persons with black bile using thermometer disproved the good humor hypothesis of health. Later biology stated that mind is influenced by neural system and endocrine system. Our immune system maintains our health and mind and mental state can affect our health of course. Health is affected by genetic disorders and infections and our lifestyle. Health doesn't mean absence of any disease, absence of disease or physical fitness, defined as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. When people are healthy, they are more efficient at work. This increases productivity, longevity, and brings economic prosperity and reduces infant and maternal mortality. Balanced diet, personal hygiene, and regular exercise are very important to maintain good health. Yoga has been practiced since the time immemorial to achieve physical and mental health. Vaccination or immunization against infectious diseases and proper disposal of waste, control of vectors, and maintenance of hygiene in food and water resources are necessary for achieving good health. When the functioning of one or more organs or systems of the body is when the adversely affected, characterized by appearance of various signs and symptoms, we say that we are not healthy. That is, we have a disease. These are of two types. They are infectious and non-infectious. Diseases which are easily transmitted from one person to another are called infectious diseases. Infectious diseases are very common and everyone of us suffer from these of some time or the other time. Some of the infectious diseases like AIDS are fatal. Infectious diseases like AIDS are fatal. Among the non-infectious diseases, cancer is the major cause of death. Drug and alcohol abuse also affect our health adversely. Common disease in humans. Such disease-causing organisms are called pathogens like bacteria, viruses, fungi, protozoans, elements, etc. Most parasites are therefore pathogens as they cause harm to the host by living in or on them. They enter our body by various means and multiply and interfere with normal vital activities and results in morphological and functional damage. Pathogens have to adapt to life within the environment of the host. For example, the pathogens that enter the gut must know a way of surviving in the stomach at low pH and resisting the various digestive enzymes. Salmonella typhi, a bacterium, causes typhoid fever and enters the small intestine through food and water contamination and migrate to other organs through blood. Common symptoms of typhoid fever are sustained high fever, that is of 39 degrees to 40 degrees Celsius, weakness, stomach pain, constipation, headache, and loss of appetite. In severe cases, it may lead to intestinal perforation and death. Confirmation of typhoid fever is done by viral test. Mary Mylon, commonly known as Typhoid Mary, took by profession, and she is a well-known typhoid carrier. Bacteria like Streptococcus pneumoniae and Haemophilus influenza causes pneumonia, infect the alveoli of the lungs, that is, air filled sacs of the lungs. Results are alveoli get filled with fluid, leading to severe problems in respiration. Symptoms of pneumonia are fever, chills, cough, and headache. In severe cases, lips and fingernails may turn grey to bluish in color. A healthy person gets affected by inhaling the droplets or aerosols released by the infected person or even by sharing glasses and utensils with an infected person. Dysentery, plague, diphtheria, etc. are some of the other bacterial diseases in man. Rhinoviruses, like with rhinoviruses, commonly called common cold, infect the nose and the respiratory passage but not the lungs. Characterized by nasal congestion and discharge, sore throat, hoarseness, cough, headache, tiredness, etc. Usually lasts for 3 to 7 days. Droplets resulting from cough and sneezes of an infected person are either inhaled directly or transmitted through contaminated objects such as pens, books, cups, doorknobs, computer, keyboard or mouse, etc. and infected a healthy person. Some of the human diseases are caused by protozoans. You might have heard about malaria, plasmodium. A tiny protozoan is responsible for this disease species of plasmodium. Plasmodium vivax and Plasmodium malaria and Plasmodium falciparum are responsible for different types of malaria. Malignant malaria, Plasmodium falciparum causes malignant malaria, which is most serious and one can even be fatal. And enters the human body as sporozoites, infectious form, and bite by the bite of an infected female Anopheles mosquito. Parasites initially multiply within the liver cells and then attack the red blood cells, resulting in their rupture. The rupture of RBCs is associated with release of a toxic substance Emozone, which is responsible for the chill and high fever recurring every 3 to 4 days or every 3 to 4 days. When a female Anopheles mosquito, commonly known as Vector further plasmodium, bites an infected person, these parasites enter the mosquito's body and undergo further development. The parasites multiply with them to form sporozoites that are stored in their salivary gland. When these mosquitoes bite a human, the sporozoites are introduced into his or her body. Malarial parasite requires two hosts, human and mosquitoes, to complete its life cycle. Here you can see the life cycle of Plasmodium. In this you can see a female Anopheles biting a human and the parasite in the form of sporozoites, infectious form, reach the liver through the help of blood. And the parasites reproduces asexually in the liver cells and bursting the cell and releasing into the blood. Parasites reproduce asexually in red blood cells and bursting the red blood cells and causing cycles of fever and other symptoms. Release parasites infect new red blood cells and the sexual stages of gametocytes develop in red blood cells. Male and female gametocytes are developed. Female mosquito takes up the gametocytes with blood meal and fertilization and development take place in the mosquito's gut. Mature infective stages like sporozoites escape from the gut and migrate to the mosquitoes uh, into the salivary glands. When the mosquito bites the another human, sporozoites are injected with bite. Here you can see in human as a host, the asexual reproduction takes place in human. But in mosquito, the sexual reproduction takes place. Entamoeba histolytica, a protozoan which is the habitant of large intestine of human. Amoebiasis, which causes amoebiasis and commonly known as amoebic dysentery. Symptoms are constipation, abdominal pain, and cramps, stools with excess mucus and blood clots. Houseflies are the mechanical carriers and serve to transmit the parasite from feces of infected person to food and food products and contaminate drinking water when food contaminated by the fecal matter are the main source of infection. Ascaris, common roundworm, Wuchereria, filarial worm. These two are uh, belong to the helminths. Ascaris is an intestinal parasite which causes ascariasis. Symptoms of ascariasis are internal bleeding, muscular pain, fever, anemia, and blockage of the internal intestinal passage. The eggs of the parasite are excreted along with the feces of the infected person with which contaminate soil, water, plants, etc. A healthy person acquires this infection through contaminated water, vegetables, fruit, etc. Wuchereria. Wuchereria bankruptcy and Wuchereria malai are the common filarial worms which slowly developing as a chronic inflammation of the organ in which they live for many years. Usually the lymphatic vessels of the lower limbs causes elephantiasis or filariasis. The genital organs are also often affected, resulting in gross deformities. The pathogens are transmitted to the healthy person through the bile by the female mosquito vectors. Many fungi genera like Microsporum, Ectophan, and Epidermophyton and ringworms causes like ringworms. Symptoms: appearance of dry scaly lesions um, on various parts of the body, such as skin, nails, and scalp. These lesions are accompanied by intense heat and moisture help these fungi to grow, which makes them thrive in skin folds, such as those in the groin or between the toes. Ringworms are acquired from soil by using towels, cloths, or even the comb of infected individuals. Maintenance of personal and public hygiene is very important for prevention and control of many infectious diseases. Measures for personal hygiene include keeping the body clean, constipation of the clean drinking, consumption of clean drinking water, food, vegetables, fruits, etc. Public hygiene includes proper disposal of waste and excreta, periodic cleaning and disinfection of water reservoirs, pools, cesspools, and tanks, and observing standard practices of hygiene in public catering. These measures are particularly essential where the infectious agents are transmitted through food and water, such as typhoid, amoebiasis, and ascariasis. In cases of airborne diseases such as pneumonia and common cold, in addition to the above measures, close contact with the infected persons or their belongings should be avoided. For diseases such as malaria and filariasis that are transmitted through insect vectors, the most important measure is to control or eliminate the vectors and their breeding places. This can be achieved by avoiding stagnation of water in the ground in and around residential areas, regular cleaning of household coolers, use of mosquito nets, introducing fishes like gambusia in the ponds that feed on mosquito larvae, and spraying of insecticides in ditches, drainage areas, and swamps, etc. In addition, doors and windows should be provided with wire mesh to prevent the entry of mosquitoes. Such precautions have become more important, especially in light of recent widespread incidences of the vector-borne Aedes mosquito diseases like dengue and chikungunya in many parts of India. The advancements made in biological sciences have armed us to effectively deal with many infectious diseases. The use of the vaccines and the immunization program have enabled us to completely eradicate a deadly disease like smallpox. A large number of other infectious diseases like polio, diphtheria, pneumonia, and tetanus have been controlled to a large extent by the use of vaccines. Biotechnology is at the verge of making available newer and safer vaccines. Discovery of antibiotics and various other drugs have also enabled us to effectively treat infectious diseases. This video will be teach to you in three parts. You can mail me to biggestmeetprep@gmail.com, and you can message me in Instagram biggestmeetprep ID. You can find my Insta ID by scanning this code. In our previous videos, I had discussed about digestion and absorption and locomotion and human neural control and coordination of class 12. And for class 12, I had discussed about biotechnology and its applications, biotechnology principles and processes, and strategies for enhancement in food production and microbes in human welfare. These links are provided in the description, or you can see them on my channel videos. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to Wiki Sneaker. The further two videos will be uploaded soon of this chapter, that are immunity and drug and alcohol abuse. Thank you for watching.